Hey everybody, the Respiral here, and welcome back to more of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Alright, chapter start. The final day of the trial. December 28th. Ooh. The final day for the DL6. Incident 2, before it gets cancelled. Cool. 9:51 AM. Can't get over the music. It's just too good. This is it, Judgment Day. Today things are going to get settled at last. A lot of things. Whoa. Well, what's the big idea? Sorry, Nick. I only touched your shoulder. I guess the shock hasn't worn off from my run-in with the stun gun yesterday. Anyhow, today is the last day of the trial. Good luck, Nick. Yeah, thanks, Maya. Edgeworth! Edgeworth is looking glum as always. I hope Von Karma doesn't push him too hard. Whoa! What are you doing? Sorry, I'm sorry. I just thought I'd cheer you up with a pat on the back. A pat on the back. Maya, maybe you should go outside and discharge? Right, good idea. Try not to electrocute anyone on your way out. Oh God. Gumshoe! Oh my god. What's gotten into that girl? Detective Gumshoe? Morning, Mr. Edgeworth. Good morning. How did it go, Detective? Have no fear. As promised, I've captured our runaway caretaker. I just brought him in. Took all night, pal. Thanks, Detective Gumshoe. You must be tired. Actually, after that shock I got on the way in, I feel pretty good. Yogi says he's forgotten his own name. But that has to be a lie. Why would he want revenge on Edgeworth if he couldn't remember his past? He does remember, and I'm going to prove it. Okay. Ugh. Okay, so 10 AM. Courtroom number 3. Oh my god, I'm gonna be glad to be over this trial with Von fucking Karma. Yeah, be very nice. Court is now in session for the trial of Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Again, the prosecution is ready. Oh? Wow, he actually said something. Right, very well. We have reached the final day of our proceedings in this trial. I ask that the prosecution submit decisive evidence. Understood? Come on, don't be awed into silence by every little thing he says. Very well. Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement. Right. Thanks to Detective Gumshoe's efforts, the boat rental shop caretaker has been arrested. In yesterday's trial, the defense asserted that the caretaker was the murderer. However, the caretaker has yet to confirm this. I would like to ask the defense to cross-examine him as much as necessary. Very well. Please, bring the witness into the courtroom. What the fuck? Why is Von Karma being... cooperative? Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I believe you all remember our witness. He lives in the boat rental shop on the lake from where he witnessed the incident. In addition, he has currently lost memory of his name and identity. Witness, why did you run away yesterday? The witness was not running away, as he will now testify. I see. Very well. Please begin your testimony. Pop. Ah! Hmm? He always looks pissed. Why I left court. I'm really sorry about just leaving yesterday like I did, but I wasn't running away or nothing. I, went to buy some food for Polly, see? I figured I got nothing to do with this incident anyhow. I mean, I'd need one of those motive things, right? And I don't got one. So my testimony yesterday stands as is. Okay. Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination, shall we? He has to know his name. Yanni Yogi. You're Yanni Yogi, and I'm gonna prove it. Ba ba ba! Why I left court? I'm really sorry about just leaving like I did. That's fine. Wasn't running away or nothing. Some food for Polly. These are all like kinda useless things. Got nothing to do with this incident anyhow. Hold it! You've lost much of your memory, is that correct? Yep. Seems like it. Then how could you know that you didn't have anything to do with this incident? Or maybe you're lying about not having your memory, You know exactly who you are. The witnesses testify quite clearly that he has no memory of who he is. If you claim he's lying, then show the court proof. How am I supposed to prove what's going on in that old codger's head? That's impossible. I'm glad you've come to your senses, Mr. Wright. Very well, witness, please continue. I need one of those motive things, right? And I don't got one. Well, if you're Yanni Yogi, you do. How can you say you had no motive? I say you do. You had a grudge against Edgeworth and the victim, Robert Hammond. That's why you took revenge on them, right? Objection! Please don't make me repeat myself, Mr. Wright. This witness has no memory of anything beyond several years ago. He can't hold a grudge, it's impossible. I have to prove he's lying about his memory. Otherwise, it's going to be the same thing over and over until the trial ends. Donk! Might I say something, Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. You've been saying the same thing now over and over. You've been calling the witness's memory of the past or lack thereof into question. But does this really have anything to do with the current case? Yes. Of course, Your Honor. The witness has said he has nothing to do with this case and no motive. Both of these statements are lies. Order! Mr. Wright, there is a serious problem with your claim. Or, are you saying you know who this witness is? Of course, Your Honor. That finger snap. Ho-ho! Now this is interesting. I would like to know myself. So, who is he? Don't play dumb, Von Karma. Mr. Wright, please tell us the witness's name. Gregory Edgeworth, Yanni Yogi, Robert Hammond. Yanni Yogi! His name is Yanni Yogi, a former court bailiff. Yogi? That name seems familiar. Oh! Yanni Yogi, from the DL6 incident. I thought the judge would have heard of it. It was such a famous case. But what does this mean? Your Honor, if this man is Mr. Yogi, then he has a clear motive. You gonna do the finger waggle? He is! I knew it. Jumping to conclusions again, Mr. Wright. This witness is Yanni Yogi? Fascinating! However, how do you propose to prove this to the court? This is a court of law, as you may recall. You need proof. And allow me to repeat once more that the witness has lost his memory. This is it. I have to do this now. If I can't prove he's Yogi right here, right now, then I've got nowhere else to go. Nick, how are you going to prove it? How can you prove that he's Yanni Yogi? It's okay, it's actually quite simple. Your Honor, please take this man's fingerprints. Then we'll compare them to the fingerprints on file for Yanni Yogi 15 years ago. I see. That makes sense. God, what happened now? Huh? I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright. Why? The witness has no fingerprints. Wait, what? No fingerprints? You see, before I worked as a caretaker, I worked at a chemical plant. I burned my fingers working with the stuff. Yep. What? Yogi, you sneak. You burned your fingerprints off to hide your past. Well, if the witness has no fingerprints, I guess we will not be able to prove his identity. No! Well, what will you do, Mr. Wright? It seems that the case has been decided, no? No! I know what happened. I know everything. I just can't prove it. But no, I can't let it end like this. I can't lose. There has to be another way. There is no one who can testify as to who this witness is. No one. Nick, what are we going to do? I didn't even consider that he might have erased his fingerprints. What do I do? Oh my god, all he does on this day is tisk 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 me. Well, Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to cross-examine the parrot for a little comic relief, Yeah, very funny. You're a sore winner, Von Karma. Wait a second. Cross-examine the parrot? What is it, Nick? No, you're not going to... Your Honor. The defense would like to take Mr. Von Karma up on his proposal. Take Mr. Von Karma up? On his proposal? Exactly, Your Honor. I would like to cross-examine the witness's pet parrot. Oh man, Awesome. Order. Well, what do you think, Mr. Von Karma? Need you even ask? This is a farce. I object. Wait a second. You were the one who suggested I cross-examine the parrot, Von Karma. I have a right to do as you suggested. Well, if you're so desperate, then please, be my guest. Of course, should you go through with this, and nothing comes of it, then I hope you're ready for the consequences. Nick, this is crazy. Well, still want to go through with your little game? Yes, I'm doing it. I'm doing it! Let the parrot take the stand. I will cross-examine her, Your Honor. This is the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard. Von Karma's rigged every person's testimony, every piece of evidence. Except the parrot. She's my last chance. Oh god. At least I think so. This has got to be the weirdest thing that ever happens. We're cross-examining a fucking parrot. Bailiff, bring in the parrot. Oh, look at her! What the hell, the music? It's different. That's quite a bird. Please, tell us your name. Name? The witness is ignoring me. It must hurt to be ignored by a bird. Very well, witness. Who is your owner? Please, testify to us. For us. Who is your owner? Hello. Hello. Oh my god, that's all it said. Certainly the most concise testimony we've had so far. Very well, begin your cross-examination. I can't do this with a straight face. Ooh, right. What are you going to do, Nick? I don't know. What do we do, Maya? Oh my god. All I can do is press the first the only statement. What do you mean? Witness, you can't just say hello and expect us to get anywhere. I want you to testify. Maya, you talk to her. Right. What do I say? What's your name? What's the safe number? No, have we forgotten something? Remember 2 days ago. Polly, have we forgotten something? Don't forget DL6. There we go. Ah-ha-ha! Do. Okay, if I can get Polly to say that here, that will prove that the caretaker had something to do with DL6. Polly, have we forgotten something? Hello? Wait, what? Uh-oh. That's not what you're supposed to say. Forgot something we forgot. Uh-oh, it's not working, Nick. She won't say it. This is ridiculous. Why won't she say it? Something the matter, Mr. Wright? Wait. Don't tell me Von Karma expected this. He couldn't have retrained the parrot, could he? Did he train her not to respond when we asked if we'd forgotten anything? Oh, fantastic! Wow, I can press on the triple dots. That's incredible! Well, I guess we should try to get some information out of her. We need to show the judge that her owner is Mr. Yogi. I guess that's all I can press. Really? Witness! Can't just say hello. Yeah. What's the safe number? Maybe I get her to say the number of that safe. Huh? The safe? Why? Let's just try to get her to say anything, okay? Polly, what was the number of the safe in the shack? 1228. My, what a reckless parrot. Well, Mr. Wright, you aren't claiming that this number has something to do with the caretaker. Actually, it does. That's why I had her say it. Look at that smirk. Ha, ridiculous. How can the number to a safe tell us who the caretaker is? Show us your proof. What could possibly link this number to the caretaker's true identity? No. No. Where is it? Oh, there we go, the DL6 case file. Elevate. There you go, 1228. See? Man. I knew it. Present. Yeah, bitch. The DL6 case file? What is this obsession you have with that case? Mr. Wright, where in this file is something relating to that safe number? Oh, bollocks. The case summary, I think. Yeah, it was the first page. It's on the case summary page. The case summary? Specifically, the date on which the DL6 incident occurred. The date of the incident, December 28. Why, that's today's date. 15 years ago. And the number on that safe is 1228. Ah! He used the date of the DL6 incident as the number for his safe, Your Honor. That's how important that date was to him. I see. It certainly is an interesting coincidence. People often do set their secret numbers to dates. This is not tangible proof. I set my ATM card's number to 0001 because I'm number 1. Well, that's easy to get into then. This has nothing to do with a date, nothing. Indeed. Alone, it is a little weak for evidence in a murder trial. We would need some other corroborating evidence. Where am I going to find that? The bullet? Nick, we're getting closer. One more. If we can just get one more piece of evidence. Right, but what? Very well, witness. You may continue. I guess we're just pressing the hello hello again. I don't want to present anything. Yeah, fuck it, I don't want to do anything then. I'll end up presenting by accident. Knowing myself. Ugh. So, yes, blah blah blah. What's your name? Maybe we should get her to say her name. Polly? Polly, what's your name? Hey, is it Mio? Mayo? Either way, how's it going? Yeah, Polly. Mr. Wright? I think we've established that this parrot is named Polly. Does this have anything to do with her owner's identity? Of course. Yes, it does. Huh, fascinating. You claim that the parrot's name will prove her owner's identity? Then show us the proof. Don't you think you're taking the bluffing a little too far? Listen, we're not here to answer the question of who is the caretaker. We're here to prove that he is Yanni Yogi. All we have to do is tie the name Polly to Yogi. Your Honor, the proof that the parrot's name reveals the caretaker's identity is... the bloody case again. I don't remember where though. Doo-doo-doo-doo! Victim... suspect... oh, there we go! Court bailiff trapped with the Edgeworths, memory loss due to the oxygen deprivation. After his arrest, fiancée Polly Jenkins commits suicide. Very sad. Boom. The DL6 case file. Again! Quite a large file you have there. Which page is this proof on then? Show us or stop wasting our time. Very well. Mr. Wright, please show us the page. Where in this file is the information connected to this parrot's name? Suspect data. Ah, glad to hear it. This game's awesome. Especially if you like, sort of, detective games. I don't know, I got really obsessed with this game. And, well, this game series. It's on the suspect data page. There's a lot of reading, but it's an incredibly interesting story and in very interesting trials, so it's well worth it. This page has all the information about Yanni Yogi. Right after he was arrested, his fiancée committed suicide, see? Indeed. It does say that, yes. What was his fiancée's name? Polly Jenkins. Polly! Exactly, Your Honor. He remembered the name of his fiancée who committed suicide. That's why he named his parrot after her. I see. I guess that is possible. Fucking hell, Von Karma. You're the worst. A mere coincidence, that is all. My granddaughter has a dog that she calls Phoenix. Well, Mr. Phoenix Wright, does this make you my granddaughter's fiancé? She's only 17 years old. That's enough. I think we've reached a conclusion here. This is a mere coincidence after all. Oh, that's all. True, that is a possibility. However, two coincidences at the same time seems more like a pattern to me. What are you saying? Man, seeing Von Karma stutter? Oh, it's the best feeling in the world. Summon the caretaker of the boat shop. Immediately! Yeah! Witness? Oh, we got the, like, triumphant music. Tell us your name. Wait, This witness, he doesn't remember. No, it's okay. Holy oh wow, the facade has been dropped. I've accomplished what I wanted to do. I'm done. Nick, he looks totally different. This is the real Yogi, I think. Finally. He's been acting feeble to hide his true identity. Acting for 15 years. Well, let me ask you again. Please, state your name for the court. My name is Yanni Yogi. 15 years ago I served as a bailiff in this very court. Damn. Keeping up a facade for 15 years. Just to get revenge. Bloody hell. Order, order. Yanni Yogi. So was it you who killed Robert Hammond? And tried to frame Miles Edgeworth for his death? Yes, it was me. I did it. They put me on the witness stand 15 years ago. Robert Hammond, he said I was mentally unsound. He told me it would make me innocent, get me off the hook. So, I pretended to have brain damage. I was innocent, really, but he didn't believe me. Also, I definitely recommend trying it. Like, everybody I've spoken to since I started playing these, I've recommended to play the games, and all of them have said they were surprised at how interesting the game is. So I recommend it. If you don't like it, then that's fair enough, but I definitely think it's worth giving a shot. We won the trial, but I lost everything. I lost my job, my fiancé, my social standing. Then, this year, 15 years later, a package arrived. It was a letter and a pistol. The plan was written out in careful detail. It was a plan for me to take my revenge on the people who ruined my life. I didn't care who had sent it. I thought this was my chance after 15 years, this was it. Finally, a chance to have my revenge on Robert Hammond and Miles Edgeworth. I have no regrets. Wait a moment. Revenge against Miles Edgeworth? What do you mean? I'm not at liberty to speak on that matter. Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth yourself? Anyway, I admit it. I was the one who killed Robert Hammond. Case closed, kind of. We have a very, very short second trial, technically. Von Karma? Where is Mr. Yogi? Under arrest, Your Honor. I saw no room for error in his confession. Then the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, is innocent. In this case, at least. Very well. Will the defendant please take the stand? Hey, Edgy! There are a few mysteries left unsolved. Still, you are cleared of suspicion for this particular case. So I would like to pass judgment on the murder of Mr. Robert Hammond. Any objections? I don't believe it. Why isn't Von Karma saying anything? Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty! Woo! Holy balls, that was such a trial. That case took so long. That is all, the court is adjourned. Whew! Wow! Oh my. Oh, that was Edgeworth. Dum dum. Did someone just say objection? It wasn't Von Karma. Wait, but that means... No. It was Edgeworth. Hey, the music. Edgeworth? Your Honor, I object to your judgment. What do you mean? I'm not innocent at all. As we have heard, Yanni Yogi killed Robert Hammond in revenge. But revenge for what? Nick, Edgeworth is trying to confess. He's going to say he's guilty. He's going to tell them he was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He's going to tell them he killed his own dad. Uh-oh, what do I do? Object. The judgment has already been passed. I object to Edgeworth's outburst. Of course Von Karma would object. Didn't something like this happen yesterday too? I believe a certain witness raised an objection after a guilty verdict was passed. Ah, fuck. That would be Larry. We must hear this new statement. We must hear Miles Edgeworth. He's right. We have a duty to hear Mr. Edgeworth out. Okay. For 15 years, I have had a recurring dream. A nightmare. It's only a nightmare, that's what I told myself. But now I know it wasn't a dream. Yanni Yogi wasn't the killer. You mean, in the incident where your father died? From the distance of the shot, it wasn't suicide either. Everything was as clear as day. The murderer The criminal in the DL6 incident, it was me. Your Honor, I confess my guilt. I am guilty for DL6, the statute of limitations of which ends today. The culprit is me. Jesus. Order, order. This is certainly unexpected. I'm glad. It's a really, really good game, and a really good series. I would definitely say the second game in the series is the weakest. I don't know if it's the weakest out of every single game in the series, but it's the weakest out of the trilogy, which is Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, Ace Attorney Justice for All, and Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. Trials and Tribulations is considered the best Ace Attorney game out of all of them. The defendant declared innocent is confessing to a different crime. A crime for which the statute of limitations runs out today. I'm not really sure how I should deal with this. Bah. It's obvious. We hold a trial, right here, right now. We tried this man for his crime of 15 years ago. Case 4 is quite weird, because it's a case within a case. But this second case only lasts a very small amount of time. I think I would like to take a 5-minute recess. During this time I will consider the appropriate course of action to take. Court is adjourned. Ugh. Oh, I thought I was going to say to be continued. Defendant lobby number 2. Edgeworth, what are you doing? I'm sorry, Wright. I've just wasted all of your effort. Mr. Edgeworth, I don't believe it, pal. I mean, you kill your dad? I didn't want to believe it myself, detective. But it's the truth. I deserve to be punished. Murder is murder, no matter what the circumstances. This is crazy. Just crazy. Nick? What are you doing? Huh? Oh. I was just reading through the court record once more. I'm getting my case ready. Your case? For what? Huh? Isn't it obvious? I'm going to prove that Miles Edgeworth is innocent. But what are you talking about, pal? He just admitted to it. He confessed that he did it. In court. I'm sorry, Edgeworth. But I don't believe your nightmare. What? It's just a dream. It's not real. The truth is right here in this court record. In any case, tighten your belts. The real fight is just beginning. I'll prove you're innocent. Trust me. Right? Oh yeah. What a bud. Yeah, we're such a nice friend. Is this the same courtroom? Courtroom number 3? I think it is. And I would like to resume our trial. Judge, Miles Edgeworth has admitted his own guilt. He has confessed his crime. Let us begin by hearing his testimony. Then, though pointless, let the defense do their cross-examining. The statute of limitations on the DL6 incident runs out today. Though it's unconventional for me, I'd like to run this one by the book. I see. Does the defense have any objections? Of course not. No, Your Honor. Von Karma, you knew this was going to happen from the very beginning, didn't you? Of course he did. Very well. Will Miles Edgeworth take the stand? Alright, so it's time for his testimony. Will the witness state his name and profession? Miles Edgeworth, I am a prosecuting attorney. Mr. Edgeworth, 15 years ago you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct? It is correct. Then testify about this matter to the court. When Edgeworth was telling me about his dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That will be the key, but only if I can get it to work. Please, please. I think she's trying to summon Mia. The L6 incident. That day, I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. But then something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, and then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That's all. And until now, you thought this memory was a dream. We were stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out and I lost my memory of the events. The same claim Mr. Yogi has made. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor. Okay. So I don't think there's any details. Gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. That's fine. Earthquake struck, trapped him in the elevator. He threw the pistol. There was a single... Oh! I can see where the issue is. He says there's a single gunshot. However... Yeah, there we go. The murder weapon was fired twice. That's why it doesn't match. I object! Edgeworth, are you sure you only heard one gunshot? Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shot and the scream. Then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came. I see. But that doesn't make sense. Look at this file one more time. This plainly contradicts the witness's testimony. Of course you'd object. Christ, you do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you? I don't accept this evidence, unless you can tell us what page it's on. Which page contradicts Mr. Edgeworth's testimony? Victim data, I think. Yeah. Look at the victim data in this file. It says it quite plainly. The murder weapon was fired twice. I love the murmuring with the crowd. Miles Edgeworth only heard one gunshot. Yet the murder weapon was fired twice. The first shot was the accidental firing when the pistol was thrown. So who fired the remaining shot? Awesome. I hope you enjoy it. If you do, be sure to tell me what you think of it. I'm always interested to see what other people think of games I absolutely adore. And if you don't like it, I'd also like to know, like, what it is you don't like. Was there perhaps another shooter who fired that second shot? Your Honor, as I'm sure you're aware, this incident occurred 15 years ago. The evidence is dated. The pistol did fire twice, however we do not know when that second shot was fired. Bloody finger waggle. It might have been fired the day before the incident. There is no proof that the second shot had anything to do with this incident. What? I see. You do have a point, Mr. Wright. The murder weapon was fired twice, as we have heard. One of those shots was fired by the defendant, a boy at the time. Do you have any proof that the other shot fired had something to do with this case? Yes. Your Honor, I think I will be able to show you proof. What? Impossible. Now, Mr. Von Karma, save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence. Very well, Mr. Wright, show us your proof. Do you have evidence that the